Muted.
Hey
there, everybody! Welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Fantasy Age 2nd Edition from Green Ronin Publishing. I am the board game guru and game master extraordinaire Johananan.
It's me, Casualty CDG, co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast. But today, I'll be playing the role of Cedric Gemstone. Jim Fist.
I am 80 Springer, also known as Corbinian, a variety video game and TTRPG Twitch streamer who also is reprising a role of Harzar Steelflame, the Drakish Orcish envoy.
Hello again, everyone. It is I, Aaron Baumier, known out there as Aaron Dippity-Doo, one of your favorite game designers, I'm totally sure. Speaking of, you can check out New of Arden. It is in the preview stage on GameFound. You can check that out from our website at adventuresling.com. But beside that, I am here tonight as Temo Pab, the Kirgenhoffet warrior.
What up, dogs? I'm Kian. I'm the resident composer here at Fresh Out the Box, and I'm reprising my role as Morgus of the Silent Valley, aka Morgus Geen, aka Morgus. And I just love coming here on Thursdays and playing titty RPGs. What can I say? Titty RPGs, come here to Fresh Out the Box. We play titty RPGs.
Did I accidentally write titty somewhere?
No, is that not how you say it?
There's two T's.
There are two T's. I'm just making sure. Sometimes
titty RPGs.
I make mistakes.
Assassins have two asses.
Yeah.
Assassins do have two asses.
Yeah. Butt to butt.
In this titty RPG from Green Ronin Publishing, so you guys, where we last left off, you had moved across the Isle of Mourn to the tent city on the coast of the bay to try to get a ride across the bay into the war-torn state of Shoal. There lies the Bevan Township, a town which you've heard has been having difficulties with the plague, and for your own various reasons, you seek to go there. We will pick up where we last left off. You guys had just entered the tent city in the middle of the night, but there's still a lot of ruckusness going on in the tent city. I do believe one of you ran in screaming about bones. We shall pick up there.
Scream is a strong word.
All of you went in separately for the most part, except for, I guess, the two of you that are bound by the bodyguard relationship. We'll open up with you two. Corbinian and Aaron, Hazar and Temo. You enter this tent city. What do you do? What's your,
Well, I recall asking the people at the gate about who the tent leader is and saying they wouldn't be available till the morning because we arrived sometime at night. So I'm kind of looking out for a place where I can set up my tent. I don't know if my bodyguard companion has a tent of their own. I certainly do. I made sure to pay for that. Forget sleeping out in the outdoors without cover. I'm certainly finding a tent somewhere for us to sleep amongst the tents. Because I imagine that it's just kind of a setup where you want sort of camp.
Yes. There are no rules. Do you have a tent, Temo?
Do I have a tent? Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, then you are free to set up tents. That's not an issue here. There is not a lot of space towards the center. It spreads out a little bit as it gets further away from the big bonfire in the center. There is sort of like a makeshift town square, kind of. One of the bigger tents is there, where presumably the tent leader sleeps. But you'll make your way through the city. There's all different kinds of tents. You can tell just from their makes, their colors, their fabrics, that they are from all different parts of the world. They come from different walks of life. You see pretty much every race represented here one way or another. There's probably 1,000 tents here, give or take. There are no like buildings here. There are just tents. The closest things you see to like stalls are wagons of artisans or salespeople that are open to ply their trade. You'll make your way to one side of town because you see some space. You'll see a little opening of space. There's a fire. There's like a side fire going on, like a side bonfire, where there is a cart pulled up with a sign on the side in a language that none of you read. But it has pictures of it has a picture of a fire breather and a juggler on it. And there is a little troop of people standing in front giving a small performance. Right now there is a man dressed in sort of loose-fitting clothing and a blue cloak, long black hair, sort of a gaunt, long face, playing the lute and singing songs that people are asking him to sing. You see coins flying through the air at their feet. That kind of thing. Everybody has been booned.
Thank you.
Why is it never the town triangle? I think triangles are the gateway to Satan, so...
Hail Satan!
Then he said triangles get the shaft, but when the triangle gets the shaft, that's called a spear.
Oh, wow.
It's fair.
That's true. That's true.
I thought a triangle getting the shaft is how baby triangles are made.
So we set up those tents. I'll call out as we're kind of because setting up tents does take a little bit of time. I'll kind of just shout out over to play the Legend of Greystone. Basically asking him to play the Legend of the previous group because Hernas is part of it.
Yeah. He'll without stopping singing or playing, he'll like make eye contact and nod, but he'll continue his song.
I'll keep hammering away and make sure the tent's not gonna fly around anywhere because the last thing you want to do in a tent city is go, "Hi friends, did I visit your nice little tent city?" and whap! Sorry I didn't secure my tent properly. Why are you all trying to kill me?
Is asking for that song like playing like Stairway to Heaven? Like, is everybody like, oh, everybody's like, fuck.
Not here because you are like you share no border with Greystone,
Right.
with the kingdom.
In Greystone is probably
in Greystone is definitely tired. It's like, ugh. But no, here people haven't heard it in a little bit probably.
It's like
but,
radioactive again, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they don't have to imagine dragons around here.
Yeah.
We did it.
That's really good.
We could stop now. Thanks, everybody. It's not going to get better than that. We peaked. But yeah, so you'll see them doing various things. Their band of travelers is the human, male, another human that appears female or feminine, and then you see this will bring up your attention a little bit, Temo. You'll see a skiffin. To those of you that don't know, they are fox people. They are what do you call them? Kitsune. They look a lot like Kitsune. Yeah. And then there are two little goblins that are sort of like flipping over each other and like doing like barrel rolls, grabbing each other's feet, and they're just kind of doing tumbling act over here. And then they're like, "Hey!" like the roly polies in Bug's Life. That's what they remind me of.
Wait, Penguin added a pretty good detail that there is somebody also named Avenging Penguin sitting by the lute player and making jazz hands to the songs.
You guys see that? Just a person in modern garb. Just sitting there. Ah.
Say, hey guys.
It's a demon, kill it. No.
I bet you Penguin's face just let's get shot. Alright, alright, the TV show up your tent. We'll go to Gary. You enter the city quite on your own. You're free to do what you will.
I would like to. I'm not sure what this game's version of like a streetwise check is, but I want to put some feelers out to see if anybody needs any work done while I'm here.
I do believe there is a equatable skill. I mean, it's probably going to be communication.
Yep, that's what I'd say. Something communication based.
Investigation, communication.
Investigation can work in lieu of anything else.
Let me throw some communication bones and see how that goes.
Yeah, good.
I've rolled a 14.
What are you trying to find out? What are you interested in?
The kind of work that Cedric, the appraiser of Koath, would be interested in is killing for money or stealing, but only from somebody who is bad.
Yeah.
As is the reputation of the Obsidian Eye.
Are you looking for an official job, or are you, like, okay employing yourself, like a lead?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're okay employing ourselves along the way. That's not forbidden by our culture.
I mean, so there's a couple things to that here in the tent city. One, there's not a lot of structure, but you can almost guarantee you could probably throw a rock and hit a bounty here. Like, these people are refugees. A lot of them are hiding. That exists. If you want to take up that kind of work, we could go down that avenue. Or you could find something more towards the Bevan Township.
I would definitely think that the dwarves of the Obsidian Eye would take bounties for sure. That's probably something that that's not unseen. So, yeah, I'll have a scene where I'm like walking down the muddy 10th Street, sort of like a western, and people are looking and whispering like, "Oh crap, that's Obsidian Eye. That might be." And of course, it's all hearsay. We're like the boogeyman. And I'll walk straight into the bounty office and look for somebody who's, like I said, let me know some nasty guys. I don't just want somebody who's behind on their mortgage. I want somebody who did something worth getting shot in the neck for.
There is no official bounty office. You would have to, like, remember a bounty, essentially, and, like, try to find.
Okay.
But you can find somebody with that 14 if you want.
Yeah, I would love to.
Actually, perhaps remembering something like that would be like thieves' lore intelligence.
I mean, that could be it, but I'll let him roll with the one he already did.
Yeah, it just occurred to me when you were
talking.
If
you want to,
yeah,
that's
like,
fair.
Shoot, that would have been.
Since it's communication, instead I'll be asking around instead of remembering.
That's why I figured it's like, hey, have you seen anyone sus around here? Yeah, that guy's here. He's been really shifty. Hey, wait a minute.
Anyone around here that you don't want here?
Yeah. Screw that guy. He stole my pot.
Anyone around here that nobody wants here?
There's this weird guy with bones in his bag. I don't know.
I was going to say,
yeah.
I don't
I'll
think
take
people
care
want
of
him
him.
around.
You'll never see him after tomorrow.
Nice.
Pay up.
Pay up. You haven't done anything yet, haven't
You'll never see him after tomorrow.
That's a good one. I'll go with this. You will be asking around for, like, I'm looking for somebody. You get pointed towards the ne'er-do-wells. They're mixed in, but there is a little hangout area where some people are, like, gambling. And you could tell stuff's going on. There's crime going on here. People are being exploited. Some people are being forced to give up, like, their livelihoods here to travel across the land. They're being, extorted. There's extortion going on here. But around the fire, sitting there with the gamblers, you'll see a man who who you hear has a bounty on his head. His name, I just had it. Oh, here we go. Razor Hastings.
Oh, that's a good wrestling name.
It's a good wrestling name. He's wanted for murder. He's not like a mass murderer or anything, but he killed somebody, and there's a bounty on his head.
Toothpick in his mouth, little curl on his head.
You know exactly who I'm saying.
Razor Ramon.
Yep.
That's funny.
Rest in peace, Scott Hall.
Sure. He looks like Razor Ramon.
He looks like Razor Ramon 2 whenever they recast him.
He's leaned up. He's not running this extortion chain going on here. There are other people here. There's a large orc sitting by the fire with a human, and they're sort of bullying some of the refugees into giving them money. But you see Razor Hastings just sort of leaned up against a pole, probably affiliated with these people in some way.
I would like to get as a clean line of sight shot from as far away as I can behind cover. Like in the dark across the alley behind a barrel.
You can go in between some tents and kind of get them from far away. Because there are no permanent buildings here. It's all tents.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking first. I was like, man, do I need to climb up? Nope, no climbing up. Just sort of finding that angle across and down the street a little bit behind that muddy little spot.
There are some nearby like ruins of a burnt out shell of a building.
Would that be a good spot to have a line of sight from?
You could have line of sight over there.
Yeah, that's where I'll be. That sounds good.
Because your crossbow has decent range on it, doesn't it?
Yes, it's 60 is the long range.
So 60 yards out?
Mm-hmm. About 180 feet-ish.
Alrighty. You can climb up there, yeah? You take aim?
All right. I do.
Give me a stealth check to not be seen going up there.
I will.
To not arouse suspicion.
I've rolled a 17 with 6 stunt points.
Go ahead and spend them. That's pretty good.
I want to do something really cool with them. Let's see. Here's the document that...
Now's the time to get stunt
shares.
points.
Bad.
Solo picking off a bandit that's surrounded by other bandits is, that's the time to roll well.
Let's see. I guess this would be combat, right?
It can lead to combat.
Combat exploration.
Could be social.
It's probably technically it's infiltration, but no. I feel like I might need to know where everyone is in a second. So Kian, you're the only one who I don't know where you are. You have entered the tent city with your bones.
With my bones. I have a riding focus. Does that can I have a horse? Do I have a horse with me? Do I need to get a horse?
You can get a horse.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get
if you want to have had a horse, I suppose you could.
Well, I just don't know how else I'm going to use this riding focus. Anyway,
Steal a horse.
me and my horse are trudging into town with our bones, and I want to. I don't know. I want to hang out in the darkness, probably as far away from the fire as I can be. The darkest part of the tent city.
No, so you're close to where Gary is.
Yeah, like inadvertently.
We'll say
hiding out in the ruin because who the hell wants to hang out there?
We'll say you're close to the water, and you will even walk past the campfire that Gary's about to snipe on. But you go down towards the water line. You notice no one is close to the water.
I know what I would like to use my stunt points on.
Okay.
There's a rogue stunt. It's 5 points called Get Away, and I get to move my full speed without using an action.
We don't get those yet. We only get one of those once we hit a certain level.
Hey, I'm glad that you knew that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I remember that because Aaron pointed it out last time. I was like, wait, really? I looked it up like, oh crap, that's how that works. You're right. Yeah.
Thanks everybody. Got to learn about the new 2nd edition.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like you'd be best served doing, what's it called? Do they not have infiltration stunts?
No.
That's dumb.
You can do cover your tracks under exploration.
Yeah, that's exactly something that I was thinking, something like that, or swiftness, just trying to get away afterwards. Yeah, cover my tracks that's 4. I'll definitely do that.
You can do that, and maybe efficiency, and like recover your bolt or something.
Yeah, I don't
I
want
feel like
that
I'm
bolt
looking
back
at the
that
wrong
bad.
thing. Are you looking at the stunts in the book? Is that what you're doing?
Page 153 in the second edition.
That's what. Okay, I was looking at the cards, which aren't updated. Cool. Yeah. Ready?
Also, I could
Cover your
just do
tracks, yeah.
lethal blow and just add 2 more d6 to this thing. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add the 2d6. Let's just keep it nasty.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Go ahead. You're set up. You're ready to go. No one saw you. You see this guy, Razor Ramon.
With the activate action, can I mark him for death and get +2 damage to him until the end of the encounter?
Yeah, you can mark him for death. Seems pretty
All
fair.
right. I'm doing the whole thing. Bang! 16
snap.
damage plus 2d6. Bang! Plus 2 damage. 16, 18, 19, 20,
You didn't roll a hit yet.
4. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. I'm going to hit. Check this out.
Hit it.
I took aim action, right? So I've got a +2.
Yeah, I mean, you have time to do it, so.
I'm going to re-roll that 1. Thank you for the boon.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll hit.
10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13.
+5.
And so what's the damage you're doing here?
16, 18 plus 7. 18 plus 7.
25.
That's it. 25 damage to that guy.
Oh, right, because of Mark.
Oh, and is my dexterity higher than his? Mine's at 3.
Yes.
Plus 4.
That's what happens when you build a rogue properly. Your dex usually outnumbers the target.
29 damage.
He'll just be standing there, and then just bolt sticking out of his eye through the back of his head, and he'll like reach and like touch it and be like, "What the hell?" And then he'll say, "Is it raining?" And then he's gonna drop it dead because that's a lot of damage. Yeah, he's very dead.
I'm going to turn around and walk away.
Hey, what the fuck? You'll hear the orc like yell out. Somebody out here's taking shots. He'll be like taking cover, but they'll start looking.
I'm
Did
gonna
they say that where we could hear that, by the way?
No, you're on the almost complete opposite end of the camp.
Good. I don't have to worry.
I'm going to do the hood up. You line away.
Give me another stealth check.
You have to change to one of their clothes, Hitman style. They'll all fit.
9, and this one I don't have a stunty boy for.
Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe the guy that's looking this way doesn't see you. Got 9. There he is! Get him!
The dice alone.
You do get chased. The human's running after you. You can hear the orc saying, "I'm gonna get you." He's going to be paralleling you. What are you doing?
I'm actually pretty fast. Even though I have a lower move speed, my move speed's up because I'm a rogue, and I got that dex, so I'm a pretty fast little guy.
What is your speed?
I'm gonna book it. My speed's a 13.
No, that's not bad. That's
Yeah,
you're
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
book it.
all
I think
out run.
Lose them. Yeah, we're in a tent city. It's nighttime. I think I can lose them here.
You'll run for a little while, and then you can try to hide again because they actually can't catch you at a straight run. But it's all a matter of like running into an authority
Yeah.
figure or something.
Like some kind of cool challenge, like make sure we don't trip in the mud or run into a cart or something.
Yeah, go ahead and make another stealth check.
Ooh, it's quick time events. Everybody's favorite.
I
Exactly.
actually like those. Well, the early
Yeah,
ones anyway.
same.
Yeah, before it became.
They were
the
cool
thing.
when they were new.
I like
Yeah.
them in tabletop role playing games a lot. I think they add a lot to the game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just grab something
This is their
fast.
place.
Pity RPGs. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
18 to hide.
You'll-
And in my mind, I think I'm getting into a barrel.
That's fine. Yeah, you'll run, and you'll hear someone go this way, and it was the way you're about to go. You'll jump in a
Oh.
barrel. And you'll
I
just
don't
hide.
fit in a barrel. Sorry, I gotta get in a box. I gotta get in a whole crate. I forgot how wide I am. I'm huge.
You'll see an open crate. You'll just hop in it. I mean, with that roll, you do. Let's see if they find you.
Also known as Solid Snake.
Yeah. You
No, they
find a
do.
cardboard box.
Yeah, you're faster than them, and you're better at hiding than they are at seeking. So, I mean, you hide. You're in a box.
Yeah, it's a pretty cozy box. I could probably spend the night in here, I think to myself.
Till the box gets moved.
Eh,
What do you,
live my life by adventure.
Morgus? How are you spending your evening?
I mean, unless I notice that commotion, but I don't think I do. I mean,
No, you hear it.
I'm chilling. You know what I'm doing? I am crocheting with. Sorry, I had a fan submission. Yeah, with my handbag that's made of the skin of a hand. I'm crocheting because I was such a sickly child. I spent so much time indoors, and my grandmother and mother taught me to crochet before they died of the horrible plague. So I'm crocheting, but it's like, I'm crocheting tibia bones and like feet bones. Morgan's really into feet.
So you're crocheting bones, and you're sitting near the water in the dark by yourself with your horse. Okay,
It sounds like a good time.
sounds about right. And the other two of you, do you guys engage any further?
I'd say we could probably. Is there any like communal pot where or cauldron of soup that's being shared, or is each tent kind of taking care of their own food?
There is communal food happening. You're supposed to put something in. You have anything to put in?
A goat, but I think my bodyguard would object.
Excuse me.
Oh, bird!
Get in there! I'm hungry.
You work for me.
No. Step.
It is worth mentioning that the soup, you don't know what's in there, but just...
I'll actually throw in one of my rations of food in there, like some dried meat, jerky that I've been traveling with. And I'll throw that in just because I know you're supposed to throw something in when you're taking from the pot.
one of the goblins will be over there. Actual food. Wow, look at you. And he'll smile at you with like really sharp teeth and his bright red eyes.
I'll smile back at it with my teeth.
His hair is in just like a pompadour mohawk. Like it's really showy. And it's white. His hair's all white.
Hello, little goblin.
Hello there.
I don't know. You look like real food. You could fit in this pot.
Goblins don't taste very good. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, it's so wiry.
Hey.
All that running you do.
Do we?
Do you want to be fat and plump, or do you want to be wiry and not tasty?
Well, you're not supposed to actually know what we taste like. That's all I'm saying.
Smile. Pour a bowl for myself.
Are you here for this, Temo?
Yes, I'm there, and I'm kind of chuckling along with the exchange, and watching the goblin closely.
Yeah, the other goblin's going to slip between his legs and pick him up on his shoulders. Like, hey, save some for me. and the one on top is going to ladle a bowl for themselves. The one on bottom's bald and has like lots of piercings in their ears, and is wearing a human-sized leather vest, but like as kind of a dress.
I thought you were gonna say a human, like literal human. I'm wearing a human now.
Oh, is he not?
No, he's not wearing a human.
It's
No,
just
he's
human
wearing-
sized.
That's just where my brain is at now. Everything's made this.
Everything's just dead people.
Human bones.
Yeah, no, wearing a full size leather carcass as like a as clothes.
Counts as medium armor now. What kingdom do you two goblins hail from?
Nah, we live on the road. We're vagabonds. Haha! They'll like do jazz hands at you. I'm Flint, and then the other one will say, "I'm Flick." Anyone else hear an old timey telephone just now?
Yeah, that's
did.
one of my wires. So just don't worry about it.
Hello. But yeah, Flint and Flick they'll both offer their hands like while they're on each other's shoulders.
I'll stick out a hand, a claw to shake them.
What about you, Temo?
I don't actually. I just kind of stay. I just keep kind of eyeballing him, and stay just behind.
Ours.
Harzar. Yeah.
Hey, your friend isn't very sociable.
My friend's here to kill you if you try to hurt me.
I can be sociable in that context.
Hey, that's what friends are for. Haha! They'll the first one will like power bomb the other one, but the other one will handspring, and they'll sort of tumble around a bit. The human, after singing your song, will come up as well. Yeah, don't mind them too much. They mean it all in good spirits. What have we here? What have we here? And he'll dig into the food as well.
I'm Harzar Steelflame of the Nagami tribe. I'm trying to see what's going on out in the world, so it is fortunate that I get to see some travelers like yourselves.
There's always a lot going on in the world. That is why we travel it. I'm Rain. It's nice to meet you.
I nod because he doesn't offer his hand, so I'm not going to force it.
He does like a half bow.
I'll nod at him.
No.
So have you heard anything about this war or the plague? I've only heard stories, and stories, as you know, get wilder with distance and time.
Well, consider yourself lucky, friend. And he'll gesture around. This is the war.
This is a tent city.
The byproduct of war. All these people
Well,
lost
it's a
their
byproduct
homes.
of poorness.
Well, poorness is also a byproduct of war. But really, it's all a byproduct of capitalism. He's going to be like,
The hell's that?
it's a word I heard from afar. Anyways, what brings you to the tent city if it's not poorness or the war? Or is
Oh,
it
it's
the war?
learning about the plague, learning about the war. I come from the Valley of the Star. The Nagami want to know what's going on out here and why everyone's trying to kill each other and what everyone's dying from.
When you say Valley of the Star, he'll do this, and he'll look, and if you are that akin, if you know your directions very well, he looks straight at where it is. Like he does this and then looks that way. And the plague's nasty business, friend. On the road, you don't necessarily see it, but when you're going through the cities, it's everywhere.
Any word who's causing it or what's causing it?
I mean, sickness follows war, too.
I heard this is something other than war sickness, though. War sickness comes from dead bodies and dirt and mud and muck. This seems to be something else.
Well,
I mean,
I've never-
you must have heard about the Silent Valley, after all.
I mean, I've heard of it.
You've heard it's depopulated?
Yes, I have heard. But no one knows what happened.
The Nagami don't like knowing why things don't happen. Ignorance is death.
The Nagami don't.
I know what he meant.
I know what he
so
meant.
We're just gonna go past
We're
it.
gonna go for it. Yes. Well, I mean, we like to be informed as well. Stories are my trade, as it were. So it is always good to learn new ones. The Silent Valley. He'll pick up his loot like with one hand while he's eating and just sort of kind of like half-heartedly pluck. He's like, Silent Valley. The Valley of Silence. And he's gonna like be musing lyrics. You could tell.
I'm also looking to cross the water. Catching a ferry in the morning, hopefully. Off to what was it? Shoal, was it? I look over at
That's very
Temo.
fast.
He'll look over at Temo too. Are you sitting like still far away?
No, I'm pretty close. I'm like sort of like within reaching distance.
But you're like off to the side a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He'll regard you for a minute. Like he'll sit back and like actively take you in for a minute. Huh. There's something strange about your friend. Can't quite put my finger on it.
I wouldn't if I were you.
I've seen a Kiergan. Never seen a Kiergan Hoppet before.
Oh, I've seen many. There's something about this one. I mean, as you know, your people travel far and wide, plying their trade.
That is what we do. That is how it goes, yes.
They're all about as tightly wound as you. He'll chuckle.
Well, we're on the job, of course.
Sure. I find your cousin's the Fidgeon to be a little more amenable. He'll kind of laugh.
If you're lucky enough to find one.
He'll nod at this. It is lucky indeed. At this point, the Skiffin will go get some food, and she'll look at you guys. She'll like sort of nod, and then she'll sit away from you, but kind of close. She has sort of purplish black fur. She has solidly violet eyes. But he'll look back at her, and he'll look away. Are you staying the whole night in that box there, Gary?
Sort of, but when I am, it's not just staying in a box. It is meditating, and it's a very religious experience for a member of the Obsidian Eye. For me, I am remembering studying the, let me see, what's the name I wrote for this? I took the Oath of the Bound Shadows, and when I took that oath, I learned to read the Tome of Shadows and hear the Veil's whispers in total darkness. So as I sit in this box, it's a religious moment for me as I'm reading my scripture in the total darkness and hearing the songs. So I'm in here meditating, having a moment, thinking about the life I took and the value of that life and why, for the greater balance of all things, that life had to be taken. So after like 4 hours in the box, I'll get out of the box. But it's not just hiding in a box for me.
So, what you're saying is Cedric Gemfist is fresh out the box.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Product placement. Boom.
At this point, I'll stalk around town. You know, it's the dead of night, I would think, 2 in the morning or so, and see if I see any sign of my friends.
You can see, maybe. Most people are probably asleep by now, but you'll come upon familiar tents, I suppose.
I might be awake, and
you'll see
you would
Timo.
know by I would be sharpening my axes and polishing the armor.
You're also a pretty obvious person to see. You're not nondescript by any means.
And my tent would have like markings of the Nagami on it, so like blue war markings on it.
You see a flag.
It's like literally the exact opposite of me. I'm just like sneaking through the shadows, and then you guys are over here with your banners and your colors. As you're sharpening your weapon by the campfire and the flickering of the flames, you notice in the shadows behind the flames that there's someone standing there. And before you have a chance to draw your weapon, I'll step forward with my hands up.
Cedric,
You have room for one more.
please. Pleasure seeing
I'll
you.
slip into the tent as quiet as possible, along with the flickering shadows.
We were wondering when you'd arrive. Makes sense. You're probably here the whole time, weren't you?
The balance of all things, called.
You sound asleep.
Hear noises, pulse up, bedroll more, like noises, sleep.
I don't remember as a player exactly what the word on getting the boat across was from.
Oh, right. I was going to go into that. When you're talking to Rain, he does mention that there is a barge. They call it the Beggars Crossing, and it ferries refugees to and from this point to Shoal. He'll tell you other things about Shoal. So you don't know anything about it, obviously, because I haven't really talked about it too much, but it is sort of this sliver of a country that follows. It's in between 3 other countries, and currently those countries are at war with each other. Shoal's kind of become the battleground. No one's taken it because it's too much of a hotbed, but the people there are, suffering. A lot of the military there is just trying to protect the, rich people's holdings and can't really do anything for the rest of the country. So they're doing what they can.
Shoal's like a region of what was it, Yashan, yeah?
Yeah.
This whole area was that, but it's kind of splintered into this war.
Yeah, Yashane broke up, and now the unsettled boundaries are being questioned. So yeah, there's war going on. It was too big of a country, man. But they're trying to take control again. But currently, these 3 are fighting in Shoal. The countries are Mardane, Jualia, and Hain. So that's what's going on there right now. I also meant to mention something. When you saw the performer last night, while he was playing, you could see in the dark a few figures watching and sort of dancing, just in complete darkness. And you can make a knowledge check if you want to see what you know about it. There's something I meant to say.
13 for me.
It's not too bad. It is sort of it's a folklore. A lot of people know about it. Sometimes when travelers play music, the spirits watch, and you think that's what's going on. You don't know more than that, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know not to approach and not to really stare. But yeah, just a little tidbit for you. All of you, I believe, well, you go to bed for the most part. Temo seems to like to not sleep.
Yes, this happens almost every night. I stay up pretty late after, my charge goes to rest just to make sure it's all good for a while before I eventually catch some Z's myself.
I'd probably wake up as early as I could, so you could. There's as little time both of us sleeping at the same time.
Oh, sure.
The night will go, the day will come.
The sun indeed rises.
The sun does indeed rise. It's sort
Before I
of
set out, I have something to take care of.
it's sort of
Oh, it's like-
hazy in the morning. There's a fog coming off of the bay. There are people up very early that are cooking and making lots of noise. You hear kids running around somewhere. You didn't hear them really last night, but you can definitely hear children playing through this place. Where are you going,
if you're gonna
Cedric?
go, if you're gonna go take care of your business, you want to see if that friend of yours is in town yet? I don't know if they're still following us or not.
Which friend?
Yeah, your friend Cedric, the one with the bones.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Like-
yeah. I have a feeling I'll find him. I'm headed to the graveyard.
All right.
When you get there, Morgus is already like mummifying the corpse you just made.
I was wondering if the corpse was there, Jahan. That was what I was trying to follow up on. I need to pay my respects to the body.
There is a corpse pile. You can
Is
tell.
that guy there?
Yeah, he'd be there. It's next to like another pile of burnt corpses. So it looks like they stack them up, and then when they get enough, they burn them.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly the scene. Can I reclaim my bolt?
It's not there.
All right, I'll
It
walk
looks like
over
somebody
to the
took
body. Are you actually mummifying the body, Morgus?
I was gonna be. Maybe, I think he'd be doing something with it. It's a pretty fresh corpse. Those are
If
the
you want to
best
be
parts.
doing something,
What do
yeah.
you want to do with it? Let me know. It could be important.
I don't know, man. I'm like, hollowing, taking the face off, making a little mask. Skin mask for pores, for your pores. Feel good for
Is that
that.
really what you did?
I mean, sure.
You can wear his face as your face if you want to.
No, just if somebody wants it. He sells stuff,
I'll walk up and I'll push you, not like in an aggressive
the-
way, but away from the body. I'll just push you away. Don't disrespect my charge. Take any of the other ones.
Oh, okay. Did you want to wear his face as a mask for yourself?
I will shoot you a glare that's like, how dare you?
Understood.
You'll find a nice bloated corpse nearby that looks like they fished it out of the water.
I'll take his face from you and go put it back on his body. And
For sake of ease, we'll say he didn't get to cut it off yet.
I was like, I was
Okay.
like holding
Yeah,
up
that's
the
good.
cheek, and then
I didn't
you
mind
stopped.
putting it back on like all the cheese on a pizza.
I don't wanna have to deal with this face sliding off a bunch.
I don't mind if that's what happens. It's a little funny. It's a little gross.
Like
But I'm-
adjusting it
I'm
every
here
few
for
seconds.
It keeps sliding off.
That's what I'm talking
What are you
about.
doing?
As I slide the face on, I'll say, and I'll do a dwarven prayer. I'll bend down, put my hand over my chest, and say, "Beneath the mountain's gaze, darkness takes hold. Whispers of secrets forever untold. In the shadows we thrive, our footsteps unknown. Legends of darkness forever were sown." It's an obsidian eye phrase, and I lay him to rest and get up and look at Morgus. "Are you ready to go? The other two have a boat or something."
I was born ready for this, my friend.
"You need any help with that?" And I'll nod at the bloated body that you're now messing with.
No, I suppose there will be more corpses where we go.
That's something you can count on.
Always. Business is a boomin'.
Do you take anything from the corpse as a proof of bounty?
Is there any way that I can convince you that the Obsidian Eye has a very good reputation in most places and can get paid on their word? Maybe some places could tell me to screw off, but otherwise a decent chance for
I
the
was wondering if
membership?
that's what you're going for.
That is what I was going for.
I feel like that's probably okay. But there are stories of what happens when people lie.
Yeah, and it's way worse. It's way worse what the Obsidian Eye would do to somebody who lied about it.
Yeah, they have a way of knowing, so we'll just put that out there.
The seer.
Santa's watching you.
The seer is the way of knowing. I was doing a whole background thing before we started today, and the Obsidian Seer, his guidance guides the council, guides the Shadow Council. So yes, the Obsidian Seer would know.
He
and the
has,
Shadow
he has
Council
two
would
eyes
send
made
somebody.
of obsidian. He's completely blind.
Man, nobody meets him. That's for you.
Okay, no one sees him. Okay.
Nope.
It's just a gas leak. He's just imagining stuff. It's not even magic.
And do you worship some like forgotten dwarven god? Is that what's going on?
So I'm creating it as we go so that I don't lock myself into a background and we can expand on it. But I'm thinking that I answer to a council. That council takes their orders from the seer. And so I don't know where the seer gets his information. That's up to you. It could be a forgotten god or an evil god or just stone or shadow. But basically shadows. We hear the shadows, we hear what they say, and we see what they write.
But do you yourself worship dwarven deity?
No, I just represent this guild.
Gotcha.
I'm 100% brainwashed to the business.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, you will do your prayer. You'll collect Morgus. And who wanted to talk to the tent leader? Do you still want to talk to the tent leader?
No. The primary reason I wanted to talk to him was to learn what the guy, the loot player had in store. It's like, well, he would, as a traveler, he would know more.
He gave you all the information you needed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to forge an alliance with the tent city of all things.
Ouch.
Oh, fear us, the Nagami tribe, as we are allied with the mighty tent city.
Hey, they have a reputation bar, and yours is dipping, sir.
Come at me.
A bar.
They underestimated the power of the Fremen on Arrakis, and look what that got them.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the Fremen were cool, though. That's different.
These people are cool.
There.
No.
People from all parts of the world, all walks of life, and you're just like, nah, they all suck. They don't even have houses.
Like, we have proper tents. These are just like ramshackle. We have like proper leather ones with cool markings on them.
They have cool markings. But yeah,
soup stains don't count.
A few hours after being up, you'll hear a toot toot, and there'll be a barge emerging from the mist that will tie up with sort of a makeshift dock.
Is there anything on the barge?
Yeah, there's people on the barge. Some people will come off. You'll see a few soldiery types that look like they got the shit kicked out of them. You'll see some people clutching meager possessions. And they'll all disappear into the tent city. And then a man will step off. A tall man with long sideburns, long hair. It is bright red. A sort of just a face of a man who's been in like 10,000 fights. One of his ears is cauliflower, and his nose looks like it's been broken a few times. And he's wearing a long, sort of navy blue coat with nice cuffs. And it seems to be a sailor uniform of some kind. And he will stand by the boat. He'll be talking to somebody that walks up.
Oi, the bargeman.
I'm the bargeman.
What's the fare in, eh?
Are you asking where he's going?
What's the fare?
How
That's what I
much?
said. Yeah.
He'll give you an appraising look.
I'll gesture to everyone else, like to indicate all of us.
Let's see. Well, you look like you can afford it. Let's say a silver a person, which is a high price. It's kind of expensive, but for a trip across.
Come on! You get to enjoy the lovely protection of 4 or at least 3 mighty warriors. I give a look to creepy dude and a doctor.
You can try to bargain them.
Unfortunately, bargain is its own thing, so communication. But it's communication.
Communication.
Does any of this reside in that? I'm talking to one person, not a crowd, so bang. 13.
He'll like rub his neck. He's like, well, that guy looks like trouble. And he's got a horse. But I suppose I'll knock a silver off. 3 silver.
The horse is optional. It's not canon.
Do you want the horse or not?
I'll take the horse, but like I don't need the horse. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody else has a horse.
You don't have to have it.
Maybe I'll get a. You know what? We'll get me a horse later.
You get a horse later. He
can
doesn't have a horse, but he looks like trouble anyways.
Since you have the writing skill, you should have had a horse in your storyline that means something to you, and that'll give you another
something.
character journey.
Maybe.
Yeah, my horse got swallowed by the nothing, and it was really traumatic.
Oh, you didn't have to remind us of that.
Yeah.
Why though? I'm not paying your fare now.
Are you doing legend? Is that what you're doing?
No, is that never-ending story?
Is that never ending story?
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
I dig out 3 silver and I palm them to the bargeman.
We'll nod.
So when you end out,
Once we're full up. Or
look around.
people do line up.
No.
There are people coming. This is a very active passage.
I start boarding to get to like the center because I don't want to be the unlucky sod who's stuck on the very edge, looking at the edge of a barge. You know.
It's a pretty good sized barge. It seems to be of the towing variety.
Like a pull rope sort of thing.
Yeah, but that's not what he's using it for. He is using it as a transport instead. And you'll be loading up. Other people will load up. Other refugees will get on. You'll notice that the horse and wagon and the traveling band will be boarding as well. Rain, and Flint and Flick, and his compatriots. They'll get on. Why are you making that face, Gary? You okay?
Yeah, my character hates this. That's why I'm just feeling it.
Which part do you hate?
Boats.
Okay.
I hate boats.
That's fair.
And especially going across a big channel of water. To me, it's an internal debate of, do I want to be the last guy on the boat and stare at the water the whole time, terrified, or do I want to be the first guy, like Corbinian said, but be stuck in the middle the whole time in case it goes down? So my character's just pissed off and just staring at the ferry as it's filling up, trying to figure out.
It does get a little crowded.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I go on it.
The exact opposite of Harzar. Harzar's thrilled. I mean, he wants to be on a ship, but it's like, it's water, cool, whatever. Never rode a barge before.
As I'm kind of pissed off about the boat and get a little paranoid about all the water, then I'm kind of looking out at the skyline and just feeling a little more anxious and terrified at just how big the horizon is and how much space is around here. I'm just still not used to it. This living above ground thing is not normal for me.
Yeah, you're fresh to the surface. Yeah.
Temo's tense too. On that boat, first time on a boat actually for Temo.
Oh,
But
We're
also,
mountain folk.
Yeah, but also it's way too crowded, and she really doesn't like being in the middle of the boat. Feels very exposed for the both of them, and so there's a lot of terse kind of energy coming off of Temo right now.
you'll hear
More
a,
than usual.
you'll hear a whistle blow. The captain will be blowing.
That's when I get on. That's when I get on. It snaps me out of my thing, and that's when I get on as soon as the whistle blows. Oh, crap. I got to get on now.
We're full up. We'll be back at sundown. Sorry if you didn't make it on. And he'll get on. Let's move out. And you'll see that there is a younger person behind the wheel up there. And he'll climb up to them. They'll be talking, and then they'll head out.
Why, Bargeman, you need any help over there? Are you good?
Yeah, we'll be fine. We make this trek all the time. No
Well,
problem.
it's 2 ways. Hard to get lost.
That's pretty difficult. He'll sort of chuckle. But if I were you, I wouldn't make too much noise.
Oh, yeah?
We're not the only ships out here. And as he's saying that, he's like looking around. You are obscured by fog, but you can tell he's very alert right now.
I'll kind of shoulder a little closer so I'm not just bellowing across the barge and say a bit quieter. You talking pirates against a barge?
It takes all kinds. There's deserters and creatures and all kinds of things out here.
What you doing if they attack us? Not like we can run in this thing.
Well,
There's nothing honorable about a deserter. If they attack us, I'll take care of it.
You might want to be loaded up.
You notice him look at your face tattoo. But he won't say anything, and he'll look away without responding. But you do notice it.
I'll kind of move away from them while they're working, and I'll say, hey, you might want to be loaded up, just in case. Temo,
Yes.
keep your weapon at hand. More so than normal.
I'm already there. And you notice one of my hands is resting, as it has this whole time been resting on one of my throwing axes. And my helmet, the faceplate's not down, but the helmet's on. It's not being held at the side.
And I kind of heft my instead of holding my harpoon like I normally do, I kind of rest it against myself a little bit and start like rubbing my hands and making sure I can pull the musket out quickly, and then just doing that. So it looks like it's a natural thing to be doing this motion, but I'm checking for my gun every so often. Like keeping warm, because it's probably not terribly...
It is pretty cold out here. It's not like wintertime cold, but it is
nippy,
wet and cool out here
How
on the sea.
Is this boat propelled?
I hadn't thought of it, and I was hoping no one would ask. But
I'm curious whether or not I'm amazed by it.
it's the way... I didn't mean to make it work this way, but it's steam powered.
Oh, I may not be as amazed by it as I thought.
Yeah, it has a very simple steam engine.
Oh, so it has like a stack and everything with the steam coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's only 2 people on it, and I was like, how do they work this thing? It's not a sailboat. It's specifically like a tug barge. So it would have to be propelled. So I was like, I guess it is steam powered.
Well, in theory, you could use like a large stick to kind of push yourself along, but it would take you forever. Whereas if steam power is a thing, it's way better than you doing this for hours.
Does that mean it's a paddle wheel?
Yeah, it has a paddle wheel at the back.
Hell yeah. Now we're talking.
Are there any cartoon mice powering the ship?
Yeah,
Only one.
It's whistling.
There's the captain, and then the other guy that's shoveling coal is a cartoon mouse.
They're black and white, and they have really weird... Their body proportions shift constantly. It's really disconcerting.
Yeah.
But it'll be about an hour into your journey. You'll hear the engine cut. And the captain will be like, everybody, shh. And you'll hear a bell, and then just a ding, ding. And you can feel the boat sort of move as a larger ship passes.
I'll start ducking down to kind of hide my my very vibrant sash so I don't draw attention to me.
Everybody give me a stealth check.
Is that dexterity?
Yeah.
Yep. Guess what I suck at? Well, I sucked at it before too, but you know. Stunt point if I got it. Fucking.
And with that, we're going to go take our break. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll be right back.
All right.
I didn't know we were taking a
Fresh out the box.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Fresh Out the Box. Hello, Raiders, if you're still here. I noticed that while we were on break, but we are back. All of you just rolled your stealth checks. Oh, yeah, we do short intros. I'm Jahan.
It's me, Casualty CDG, and I'm at the bottom of the screen because I'm playing a fantasy dwarf, so I look shorter.
You're real loud.
Oh, why am I so loud?
Because you're a dwarf? I don't know.
I don't know why I'm so loud, man. I don't know what to tell you. The mic's the same mic, it's just right there.
It sounds like you're, like, using your camera mic or something.
Oh, maybe it switched for some reason.
Maybe.
Anyways, I'm playing Cedric, the Praiser of Koath. I'm a dwarven assassin. I'm gonna fix my mic.
Fucking Discord.
I am 80 Springer, also known as Corbinium, variety video game Twitch streamer and tabletop role-playing game streamer, and I am reprising my role as Harzar Steelflame, the Drac Orcish Envoy.
Hey folks, it's me, Aaron Dippity. I make games and stuff, it's pretty cool, but beside that, I'm playing Temo Pab, the warrior.
It's me, yo. The name's Keon. I'm here, man. We're doing it.
Excellent. Where we last left off, you were passing another boat in the bay. You all rolled stealth checks. Hazar, yours is the worst, but none of you overall were bad enough to give away the location of the ship. Kind of like a group check here. And 3 out of 4 you pass, so, you know. Okay, I'm getting attacked by a cat. The larger ship shakes your boat in the wake as it goes by. Everybody kind of holds their breath. And you'll hear the larger ship ding ding making noise so that nothing crashes into it. And you'll continue on your way. You'll travel for another about 2 hours. Everybody's a lot more quiet now that you've kind of seen that you're really not alone out here on in the bay. But eventually the captain will call out, there it is, land. Everybody get ready to depart. And you guys will pull up. It's kind of in like a little alcove area near a hill. You can see a decrepit dock set up back there. There's no tent city here or anything like that. It just seems to be. It looks like a smuggler's cove kind of situation. They'll pull up to it. You made it.
I would guess that as soon as they say land, that me and Tembo would both pop up to be the first ones off the boat.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Of course, I have to go at Harzar's pace, which is stressful.
Well, I notice that you're kind of like, you definitely are a landlubber who is hating every second you're on this thing. I'll kind of just politely shoulder my way forward, so I'm the first one off, or one of the first people off. Like, yeah, let's not
make it real easy too. I kind of swad through the crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hand in front of a stranger and physically move them so that we get off first.
I think both of you should give me a con check.
Those two?
Yeah. See if they get seasick.
Mm-hmm. Friggin' ironclad, friggin' tummy for that dwarf.
18 with 6 stump points.
Dwarves have good constitutions.
Ooh, tummy stunts.
I only rolled a 10.
I'm too scared to be sick.
You'll turn a little green in the gills, but you do not throw up, Temo.
Yeah.
But you don't feel good.
The second I can.
You feel like you're about to throw up, but you don't actually. And you don't take any... I'm not going to impose anything on you. You didn't feel that
Thinking
bad.
about the creatures in the water that no one knows what it is, and the things underwater that no one knows what buildings were down there or civilization. I'm thinking about all the things that could be in the water, and my mind is just going wild as a person who's new to this kind of environment.
I think Morgus doesn't have any trouble getting off because people just keep a wide berth around him.
Just go ahead, man. You go first.
He just stands in the middle like fucking Wednesday Addams. Just, oh, I can go. Oh, thank you. Just walks off the boat pretty easy.
You will all disembark. It is just a short dock, and then just sort of like a wet area that isn't maintained. There's high grass. There's like a little cave that doesn't look like it goes anywhere. It's just like really an indentation into the hill. And then you can go around the hill, and there you are on your path. When all of you mount the hill, you can finally see a little bit ways out. The fog's cleared over here. And you see long, rolling, hilly plains as far as you can see in both directions. By both directions, I mean left and right. So.
They're all looking the same.
One thing I probably would have asked before disembarking real quick is I would have called out which way is the city.
Which city are you looking for?
Nearest one to the dock.
Nearest one to here would be Bevan.
Bevan, is that the north way or the south way?
It's going to be that way. He'll point to the left. And yeah, it's north. It's almost straight north of you guys. Slightly west. But
Have any of us heard of Bevan?
Bevan's the place that you're going.
Yeah.
Do we know its like reputation?
It's a small town that was founded by the Bevan family. They had a lot of money, and they founded a town. They built their manor there. A town kind of sprung up around it.
That's right.
The small, yeah. I talked about it a little bit, but yeah, a reminder, no problem.
Reminding us, yeah. It's a new week. I'm sorry, you did
No.
mention. Thank you for the refresher.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a small town. Not really known for like exports. They are known a little bit for importing though, because they cater to a wealthy family. And travelers come through. They do have a fair bit of travel, that kind of thing, or they did. Things, from what you hear, aren't going so well currently. They have been hit with the plague, and this war is taking its toll on all of Shoal. The entire nation of Shoal. So, you can head that way. You'll see the traveling band heading off in a different direction.
I'll give him a friendly wave as we're parting ways.
Till we meet again.
Oh God.
The goblins will be on the back, sticking their tongues out at you guys. And then, like, they'll be pushing each other so that they're the only one sticking the tongue out. And they'll be like, no, me! And they'll be like, eh! And they'll be doing that back and forth. Kind of wrestling a little bit.
I'll make a playful, like, snap of the teeth. Like, I'm going to, like, sort of like, I'll eat ya sort of gesture. But obviously, I'm over here, they're over there. There's no actual hostile intent. It's just
they're gonna hug each other and just scream, like, ah! Ah! And you'll see the Skiffin, like, put her hand on her face and rub her head.
That scream seems a lot more unpleasant when you're right next to
her. Her ears go down. You can tell that she doesn't like it.
It's much funnier from over here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But they'll go their own way. Rain will start playing something on his lute. We'll say he starts playing the Tale of Greystone. No, he starts playing something. He's musing the Silent Valley song some more. You'll hear him plucking away at that.
It's so quiet in this valley tonight, babe.
The sound of the valley is... And then he stops playing. Or something like that.
That's good.
And then you'll hear someone in the car be like, that's dumb. And then you'll be like, alright.
Sound of silence, Brindif.
Can I ask you, Envoy, what does it mean in your culture when you stick your tongue out at someone like that?
It's one of the Gami, it's a taunt. Like, come and get me. I'm not afraid of you. That sort of thing. Because you're not thinking about gritting your teeth and keeping them from someone clocking you, you know?
I realized it was a joke. In my culture, it's a threat, but similar. Like, I'll kill you and your family.
Yeah. Not nearly that serious. They really want it. Gobbies, if they want to put a hole in you, they put a hole in you while you're sleeping or while they surrounded you.
I realized they weren't really going to kill you and your family.
Be funny if they tried.
I don't think I have.
I just gotta think about, as he slowly thinks about a bunch of Gobbies running up to a Nagami tribe war camp. It's like, haha, we're here to kill you. Oh no!
Why do you dress in such bright clothes?
I am the pride of the Nagami tribe. I travel under the colors of my chief.
Why doesn't anybody live in stone?
Oh, some live in stone. Some live up in the mountains near the valley. The Nagami live in the... Our stone, our cover, is the woods, the canopy, the jungle.
We were
That's
just
what
in
keeps
a
it
whole
safe.
place made out of cloth.
You what?
We were in an entire city made out of cloth and sticks.
You know,
That was a rough one.
I like me a tent city, but I like it when it's in somewhere, not out in the open. Just, I don't know. But, you know, where are you going to put it? The Isle of Mourn is not exactly full of forest and hills. So,
No, the Isle of Mourn is completely wrecked.
yeah. I beg your pardon?
Wrecked.
Wrecked. That's okay. That's not what I heard.
Have you not seen many human cities or overworld cities? No.
Just desert towns that are made of also cloth sticks and, like mud huts and stuff. Like some Mos Eisley type of cities.
Yeah. Yeah, you missed a lot of the major ones. Yeah. It's fair. But yeah, you will start traveling straight to the city, right? There's no one wants to go way over there for no reason, right? Figured I'd ask. You guys do your march across this. It's kind of nice. The weather's good. It's nice, cool. It's breezy. The smell of the grass is pleasant. It's a pleasant, fragrant grass on the plains of Shoal. It's almost blue-green in some places. It's very, very beautiful. It doesn't take too long in your travel for you to come across wreckage of broken wagons as you see the end result of raiders. You see a destroyed caravan on the right. It doesn't look recent. It looks kind of old. And then beyond it, you can see a battlefield full of the dead.
Just a wagon hanging out there?
No, there's a whole caravan of smashed wagons
Oh, sorry.
along a road at the base of a hill. And then past the hill, you can smell it before you see it. You can smell a battlefield.
Doesn't matter if it's underground or above ground. I know that smell.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Grizz.
There's a certain kind of like every breath that Temo takes sounds very like full and intentful, and every time she exhales, her nostrils like sort of flare with the smell of death on the wind.
Morgus is like cracked out, like he's on Adderall right now. Just loving it.
Are you going to go past the battlefield or to it? I'm just putting a little marker on your map. Old battlefield. It's not really that old. It smells recent enough.
Recent battlefield.
Yeah, recent battlefield.
Well, is it shorter to go through the battlefield or around it?
Going around it wouldn't cost you really any meaningful amount of time. It's not a huge battlefield.
I guess
Think
we
it-
can go around.
Again,
Well, the question I got for you there, you're a shaman of the dead, yeah?
Yes.
Think you would learn anything useful from the bodies around here? Anything about disease and whatnot?
Potentially, and I could always bring one back for a question or two. Should the need arise. And I guess I could, like, study, I don't know, do like an intelligence roll, see what I can gather.
Yeah, so you do go to the battlefield. Okay.
Sure.
You will divert slightly. You'll stand on top of a hill. Before you, you will see the battle standard of Hain sticking on top of the hill. It seems like they won this battle. But you can see the dead are marked on both sides. When you're looking, it's not too hard to pick out the colors of Mardane. Hain and Mardane. I didn't do that on purpose, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe I'll
Probably
change-
share a language group.
Yeah, that's fair. But the Hainish soldiers are wearing sort of like a mustard yellow kind of color, borders on brown, and then the Mardane are wearing green. A lot of them are dressed in kind of a clash of Viking and Highlands, like warrior. They're wearing kilts, but they're also wearing like horned helmets and that kind of thing, carrying shield and axe. But you see many of the dead on both sides, just laying across this battlefield. It's not huge. It is more of a skirmish than an actual like two armies meeting, but
Probably like less than 100 aside.
yeah. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying, I guess we should see if any of them look like they've been afflicted with disease.
Yeah, see if they're afflicted by the plague in any way, and also just to get a gauge what battlefield illness looks like and stuff like that. Like what kind of things are what's normal for this region, because it might be different.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check there.
Is that intelligence?
I think so. And it's also, what's that skill called? Chirurgery. Yeah, give me a chirurgery roll.
I still haven't added that. I think it's just intelligence.
Do you mean the
right?
chirurgy like talent thing?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, it's like a talent.
Yeah, he has the ability. Oh,
That makes it easier to heal people. That's what that's for.
Yeah,
It's not actually a skill
yeah.
too.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, then just give me an intelligence check.
I already did.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
You'll go through and you'll start checking bodies. Obviously most of them were killed by wounds, various wounds of arrows and axes and swords. Nothing too weird. You don't see any weird like there wasn't like a werewolf on the battlefield. Nothing like that. You're looking. You do see some sort of growth on some of them. There are black pustules growing along some of their necks. It's not on everybody, but whatever it is, it seems to not be dormant. It seems like you could potentially catch something from these bodies.
I'm wearing the Plague Doctor mask, and also with those stun points, I did that super fast. And everybody was so impressed with how fast I did it because I had so many stun points. I did it so fast.
Gross.
I take some samples of their pustules.
Oh, you
and
did
stuff.
with a flourish, you said?
I do it swiftness. If
Swiftness.
it's exploration. Yeah. Just do it super fast. Everybody's like, whoa.
So it took like next to no time for him to figure that out.
Yeah, I just sensed where the disease was and just went to it, and then like
That'd be creepy. Walk. Not doing anything, and then turn, walk. It's like, whoa, okay.
just a fucking metal detector for death and decay.
Yeah, what are the other three of
once
you
you
doing
start
while he's
digging in,
doing this?
May
Once
I
you start digging in,
search? Oh, go ahead.
I just really quick, I step back and just sort of keep an eye on the scene, but like definitely give him his space.
Give me a
to do his
perception
thing.
check.
It's like a monk when he's doing the thing with his hands. Is that a really niche joke? Might be a really niche joke.
It's a very neat joke.
I'm kind of distracted by this because it's pretty gross.
It is pretty gross.
Yeah, this is a little beyond the scope of what I've been trained for and understand.
It's your
Feel
first
like
real battlefield of this nature.
And it doesn't help that this guy is running over here like
Licking
sort of
dead
weird
bodies.
dead body bloodhound and just digging right in. It's just uncomfortable and
Fair.
distracting. I only rolled an 11 for my perception.
Alrighty. What are the other two of you doing?
I'm just hanging back. I'm not getting into the battlefield. Partially not to get my clothes dirtier than I need them to be, and also I don't know how to handle dead bodies, so I'm just leaving it to the shaman to deal with.
May I search for usable crossbow bolts that could have been left behind at this battle?
Yeah, you can do that.
That's a good idea.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Make a perception searching check if you have it.
I do actually. I'm trained in searching, and that's going to be an 11 with 3 stunt points.
11's not bad. I will allow you to gain your drama dice worth of ammunition.
That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. Thank you for the 3.
Yeah, no problem.
You're not like the
Aaron,
science.
you see something happen, Aaron. You'll be watching. You'll notice movement in the field, in like a little patch, not that far away from where Morgus is. You'll see sort of movement. You're not sure if like maybe like the bodies are shifting because they're like, falling down the hill or something, or you're not sure. You see movement quickly.
Hey, boss.
Yo.
Eyes up. Saw something move out there. Shaman, how close are you to being done over there?
Morgus. Yeah.
Morgus.
I did it pretty quick. He's already done.
Okay.
You need to move.
I'm just the stunt points don't lie, man. That's what it says.
That was very quick.
Learn anything?
I was unable to raise one for questioning, but I collected some samples I believe will be of use to us in our studies.
Oh, you tried to cast it. I see that now.
Yeah.
Do you not have a boon? Did you use yours?
I do, but I don't know if I should use it now or if I should wait for like combat. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, so I'll reroll one of the twos.
Well, so you can. What? You need 3 more points, which means you would need.
I need a 5 or a 6
to be a 5 or a 6.
It's a near thing.
Yeah, it is risky, but hey, you can try it.
Ah.
Damn.
Goodbye, stunt point or pwn or whatever.
Something is messing with your connection to the spirits in this area. You're not sure what it is, but you do sense another magical presence.
Okay, that's good to know.
What do you guys do now? You're all done with your searching. Temo noticed movement amongst the bodies. Not sure what it means. Do you investigate? Do you leave? Hey, Ken, you've been booned again.
Oh, thanks. That really fixed itself.
Well, I think we are due to carry on with our merry journey, yes?
Unless these bodies are properly respected, evil may spread across this land.
You want to build a pyre with the 4 of us?
Precisely.
There are scores of them out here.
There's a lot of bodies.
We better get to work.
I am
With
not
all
doing
due
that.
respect, I can't allow Harzar to stand out here exposed like this much
That hill
longer.
looks like a good place to set up a couple of tents. I say as I start dragging bodies.
It would take days.
Shit.
Just for the record.
More hands makes less work, I yell.
How about this? We find a settlement, group of people, and I'll hire a bunch of people to come out here.
At least allow me to say a prayer, then.
Nothing wrong with pleasuring the gods. God damn it.
That's what happens when it's snowing.
Glory on to holes.
Yes, a prayer is perfectly fine, yes?
I repeat words that are familiar only to Morgus and only a little bit. Those same words I said at the graveyard. Beneath the mountain's gaze, darkness takes hold. Whispers of secrets forever untold. In the shadows we thrive, our footsteps unknown. Legends of darkness, forever we're sown.
You'll hear...
That's what they say at the end of Thriller, right? Vincent Price?
Yeah, and I do a dwarven ritualistic dance as I deliver these words.
You hear the faint...
a dance taught to me by the shadows themselves.
You hear a god respond on the wind.
No.
You gotta pleasure
Not
the
with
guys.
earbuds, man. God damn it.
But you can't guess what I'm the god of.
Good
No, I'm not
times.
saying that.
It's
No.
not pop music.
God damn it, no.
Alright.
Ignorant. Stop, you being ignorant.
God of spelling and numerology.
The god of the moon. Walk.
Get away with you.
That's pretty good.
Please tell me these all rise as zombies and kill us all.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I pay respect to the bodies and we move on.
you pay respects to the bodies of the bottom. That's fine. But you went out there, right? No. Did you try to shoot a flame blast there, Keon?
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it. It also didn't work. Covers a big area.
Oh, you're gonna torch them.
You can. You once again feel your magic dampened by something. But yeah, you guys continue on your way to the Bevan Township. You travel you're about a day away. You travel until nightfall. Do you guys continue to travel through the night, or do you stop for main camp?
Does the town look like it's just an extra hour or two away? Like it's just on the horizon?
You can't see it yet.
Alright.
You have to go around it's like a jutting peninsula kind of that is like hilled. You have to go around that and then the township of Bevan's on the other side of it. You can see that, but it's way off in the distance.
Yeah, I definitely need to stop because I can't see in the dark. And walking around with a torch is how you get robbed.
You'll look for a good place to set up camp. You are approaching a forest as well that's sort of in the way of this. It's not the densest forest, but there are trees they're very tall, and the foliage is mostly up there. It's one of those kinds of forests. Like it's kind of clear on the bottom, and the trees are fairly spaced apart, but it does provide some cover.
I would suggest we set up near those trees over there, just so we're not camped sitting out wide in the open. We have some break of cover.
You'll find
maybe not like dense in there, but
you'll find a nice little raised glade area near the trees, on like a half hill. No problem. It's not a terrible place to camp.
Yeah.
Do you start a fire?
I suppose we should. I don't know what the animal life is like around here because it Usually fire is good to to spook animals away. So I'd start a fire unless someone tells me to not to.
Once you start that fire or you're working on it, I'm gonna pull Cedric aside and just say, out in the battlefield, I saw something moving. I'm a little worried we might be followed. Could be animals. Could be, you know, a big cat or something. But
That's the second time you thought we'd been followed. I see why you're a bodyguard.
trying to do what I'm trying to do. But
I'm
I
not
don't know.
tired yet
I guess it
anyways.
feels uneasy.
I can see pretty well in the dark. Let me circle back around. I'll be back in an hour or two.
I nod.
How far back are you circling?
Yeah, and literally, and I said an hour or two, I'm literally going to walk an hour, and I'm going to do it quietly. I'm not, like, sprinting an hour. I'm going to walk quietly back along the trail, make sure that there's no one following us, and make sure I don't see any tracks.
Give me a stealth check.
I will give you a stealth check. I'll do it with my dexterity dice, and I'll roll a 15.
That's not bad. You are kind of the wind. It's good. You're the night.
With the shadows, I'm actually not the wind. The wind is foreign to me, and I think it's weird, and that's why I asked what was propelling the boat, because if it had been the wind, I would have been astounded, absolutely blown away, because I've never seen that.
Okay, I'll let you know when you see your first wind ship.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, like, when I feel wind, it freaks me out. Like, you guys will notice, like, I'll turn and look
There's a
around
lot
for
of wind
second.
right now.
Yeah, I think people might be touching me when I feel wind. Like, gusts of wind, you know, it freaks me out. Is it a bug? Is it a snake? Oh, no, it's just the wind.
There's a lot of wind right now, and one of the weirdest things to you probably is that, like, it keeps bringing smells, and you are just confused by the whole wind.
Yeah, it's freaking me out, too, because nights are so loud up here.
Yes. Yeah, they are very loud.
So I'm walking in this very loud, very windy, pretty scary night, but I'm trying to make sure that nobody sees us. And I'm focusing on the darkness because it's familiarity. At least, you know, I can read my tenants in the dark.
Excellent. You double back. That's your stealth check. I guess give me a perceptibles.
Perception searching, that's one of my skills. I am an appraiser, after all. I rolled with 10, but I did get booned recently. I would like to use that boon to re-roll the 1.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Avenging Penguin. That's now a 4. That gives me a +3 to the dice. 13 searching.
It's not terrible. You do see tracks, but you can tell that your party walked on top of them. So you're walking towards other travelers, but no one, as far as you can see, is behind you.
All right. After 2 hours, I return and report back that information. I looked around. Looks like the other ones follow tracks.
Very well. Well, thank you.
Just because I
Appreciate
didn't
that.
find anything doesn't mean we're in the clear. Just means I didn't find anything.
Right. Well, as usual, I'll still be up. So, we'll just keep a close eye.
Excellent. So you keep the first watch. Give me a perception. It's
There
not
it
bad.
is.
It's not bad at all. You watch a lot of the night. It is pretty uneventful. At some point, you hear something off in the woods. You're not sure what it is. You hear people making noise far, far away. Maybe you hear like a metal clang, but nothing's close. And with that roll, I mean, you might see some odd events during the night. Like in the woods, you might see a spirit walk by, which isn't uncommon. But I imagine it's still probably kind of creepy.
Yeah, definitely, and new for Temo
Yeah.
to kind of just out here in an entirely different region, seeing and hearing these things. It's a lot to take in, but there's a relief that there's nothing like she feared.
Yeah. Seeing the dark figure move will probably freak you out for a second, but you'll realize it's just some sort of spirit, and it disappears. Who wants to take next watch? Oh, Morgus. Morgus is off.
I'm not sure if Morgus really sleeps a whole lot, so he can probably do that.
Go ahead and take the watch then. Roll perception. It's also not bad. You'll finish a pretty uneventful night.
Sweet.
Nothing sneaking up on you. You're downwind. No, you're upwind. You're upwind from the bodies, so you don't smell that anymore. And yeah, pretty chill night. But I think I gotta make you roll, otherwise you'll think something's coming only when I make you roll. So, haha. This was a red herring. Nothing happened.
That we know of.
That you know of, yeah. Unless you're missing stuff. Wake up, everybody. It's morning time.
Tell me what to do.
Whatever. You guys wake up, have your breakfast, and continue on your path. You have to go through the forest.
For what it's worth, I think I sleep with my head inside my backpack, with my blanket wrapped around mostly my head and not the rest of my body. It's just so loud and bright.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, being a dwarf on the surface for the first time is probably very upsetting. But yeah, in the morning, you will continue on your way through these tall trees. You'll eventually come upon what looks like an abandoned lumber camp. There is a small cabin. Looks like some sort of workhouse. There is a dilapidated sawmill. And then you can even see a holding area for logs that has some moldy old logs in it.
You know, I've got to ask, why do they chop all those down?
For building things. Pardon. For building various buildings and crafting of weaponry.
Why don't they just make them out of earth? It's right there.
Dirt?
Yes, earth.
Why would you make... Well, I suppose you're making a building out of dirt, but how would you make weaponry? Or tools?
With rocks.
Point me to a rock that's worth you using. I gesture to the rolling hills.
Are your bolts made out of something other than wood?
No, it's wood with metal on the front, but metal is stone.
Metal is stone now.
Plus, what you can get away with like a full metal bolt, like just a...
You can. Yeah, I was just curious.
One thing to use a couple sticks. I understand making tools. But this, and I put my hand up to the deforestation, it seems excessive.
The march of ever-growing progress. Though people do prefer to build with stone and steel. It's just a matter of having it, and these folk don't. They have wood.
Too. Don't forget, it gets rather cold up here on the top side, Dwarf.
Oh, I guess people come here. Anyone comes here and just cuts down the trees they need and they take them home.
Are there any creepy crawlies, like bugs or anything, like on the wood or moving around? Or okay, just making sure there's actually life of some kind here.
Yeah, there's life. You can even hear the occasional bird. Okay. No songbirds, but you can hear like the shriek of like birds of prey and maybe a couple of crows here and there. you'll notice near the workhouse there's a pile of stuff, bags, shoes, whatnot, just right by the door. They don't look old. They don't look
Just
well
kinda-
taken care of. Maybe they got rained on, but they don't look old. Just a pile of stuff.
That's odd. I'll kind of jostle it a little bit with my harpoon. That just because I don't want to touch it. But I do want to like sift through it a little bit to see if there's anything.
You sift through it.
Of note.
There are shoes. A lot of them are smaller shoes. Some of them are really big. And then a lot of bags, like backpacks, sacks, like burlap sacks. All of them empty, just sort of piled up by the cabin door.
Morgus, is this some sort of ritual of death or the warding thereof, or?
It could be potentially. We all artisans of death have their own unique ritual. But this one,
I
Intelligence.
don't know. What do I?
That's pretty high.
What do I?
I mean, it looks just like discarded, unused things from many people.
nope, this is just a bunch of bullshit.
Yes.
In my culture, whenever you leave your shoes outside your door, they're filled with gemstones.
But why?
It is a gift. Should we fill these with rocks?
Well,
I
if
don't
you feel
think anyone's coming
compelled,
back for these.
A gift from the earth. I'll start picking up rocks and putting rocks in the shoes.
I'll kind of wrap my harpoon against the door or against the door frame to see, basically trying to see if anyone answers or calls out because I'm presuming someone's inside.
You will hear movement, but you don't. Nothing else happens.
Does it sound like large movement or like like itty bitty rat movement?
You hear like wood move, not necessarily like big wood or anything. Just like there's sort of like a. It sounds like someone wrapped a harpoon on a dresser or something. You know, it sounded like wood on wood, a knocking, and a scraping.
I'll kind of look over at Temo. Do you mind taking a look at what that was? Someone might be here.
That sound came from inside the building, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start like looking to see if there's a window or something I can peek in.
Yeah, you can peek in. You'll see that there is stuff in there on a table, like sort of piled up. You'll see some clothing, maybe a couple bolts of fabric, a little bag of money, mostly copper and silver, and you'll see some food, a couple bottles of wine, that kind of thing. You'll be looking around, and you'll see somebody on the floor, sort of like sitting up, but like on the floor, like behind a bed. You can't really see what they're doing, but they're just like sitting there, and they're kind of moving around a little bit.
Do they look like they're okay? Do they look unwell or like?
You can see the top of their head and like a shoulder. And they're,
Okay.
And they're moving slightly, but it looks like they're hiding. You think?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull back from the window and kind of move away from it a little, and point to like inside the building, and then give like a number 2 to Harzar, or no, just the one that I saw, right?
You saw one person.
Just one. And I kind of just approach closer. Just one in there. He's or they're. Looks like they're trying to hide.
Did you see steel? Or black powder?
Um,
You didn't see anything like that.
there's a bunch of junk. There's food.
They're probably just here for wood.
Oh, now you're a wood expert, huh?
Isn't this place for woods?
Be one place to get it. I'll bang on the door frame again. Hello, the house there. Is anyone inside? I look to trade if you are.
I'd like to fall back and reposition before any of this happens, or as this is happening. I guess not before.
Yeah,
as
'cause I'm
this
making
is
very
happening.
obvious what I'm doing.
You can
Sure.
hide if you want to position. There is a small shed behind the cabin. There is the lumber mill right across the way from the cabin, and then there's the trees.
I would like to try to get on top of the shed behind the cabin.
Okay, you climb up there. It's not too hard to do.
Cool.
No, and you can see in through the window, and you can see the front door. So
Give me a
whatever.
minute to get in position before you knock on that door.
Yeah, you probably catch me as I'm about to lift, and you know I rap on things with my harpoon. It's like, whoop, oh, hold on a second.
Take my crossbow, go around back, and I'm watching. You said the back door, and then also I can see through the window.
You see through the window to the front door.
Cool.
Yeah, I
And
suppose there
is
would
there a
be a
back
back
door?
door. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, not every structure has a back door.
not
It could
everyone
have a
does,
side
but I
door,
feel like
yeah.
a domicile for safety would.
Yep. Cool. All right. Yeah, I got eyes on the back door, and that's I think known by those of you who are semi-tactical.
Yeah. What do you do?
Once I wait a half second, I'll rap on the door frame and, hello, the house. Looking to trade. I'm here to trade. If you're looking,
No one answers.
is it? I'll kind of push at the door with the butt of my harpoon to see if it moves at all, if it's actually like locked in some way.
It's not locked, but it is latched. So it won't just like you have to lift the latch.
Where did you see them?
To the right.
I'll kind of move over to the right and look.
You go in the door.
No, I'm looking through. I'm trying to look through the window.
You kind of see them. They're there. They look like they're like trying really hard to crouch down, though.
Excuse me. Hello. Tap
they,
on the glass.
They'll get even smaller. There's no glass.
Is it just like open air?
Yeah, it's open air.
Friend,
There's like shutters,
if you're trying,
but they're open.
if you're trying to hide, I can see you. Unfortunately.
They do not respond.
Friend, either you are a goodly person who wishes to trade with travelers, or you're a bandit who's about to get a harpoon through their head, so I'd appreciate it if you said hello.
They just keep hiding.
I'll kind of take the harpoon, I'll kind of wrap the bit of rope so I can pull it back. I'm going to fire it. I'm not going to actually hit them, I'm throwing it at the wall past them. To try to startle them.
And you hear them go, "Ah!"
Whoops, I missed. And I pull the harpoon back and rope it back in.
They're still trying to hide.
Hey, why don't you just come on out? We can definitely see you.
They don't. They don't come out.
I just like to try to get Harzar.
I'll attempt to persuade them as best I can. Morgan's gonna try and intimidate the poor sod.
Does that work?
No.
Don't worry about it.
Not that mine's any better. Don't worry about it.
No. They don't come out.
I want to hear your
Could've
guys'
been.
failed attempts, though. I really, I
Yeah, what do you say?
want to know. You think
Well,
you did your best?
Morgus tries to go and he like does the eyes rolling in the back of the head thing and tries to like channel the voices of like demonic dead spirits, but I guess it didn't work. So it's like
No, it does work, but it's an old grandmother.
yeah, but
And
it's
she's
like,
very
yeah,
sweet.
Hey there, sugar. Come on outside for some cookies.
There you go.
I mean, that is spooky, but I don't know how scary that is.
I'm like looking around, like
They come
trying
out.
to see through the window who the hell's over there talking to them now. Like, are they
Like-
talking to a grandma?
It's terrifying in your house in the middle of the night, I would think. Especially when you don't have.
Depends on
grandma.
how fresh baked the cookies are.
That's fair. What's your failed persuasion sound like there, Corbinian?
Probably what I've been doing this whole time, because I kind of came off intimidating the poor guy, and it's like I'm not really being terribly persuasive. I'm kind of intimidating while trying to persuade, and it's kind of hurting me. Especially after throwing a harpoon at him, that doesn't make me terribly persuasive.
But they don't come out and they don't reposition in any way. They're just over in that corner trying to hide.
Look,
to your eyes, that's what they're doing.
are you unwell? We do. I then stop and lower my voice. Wait, you can treat wounds, right?
I think so.
You. We have someone who might be able to help you if you're hurt.
I'm very helpful if you're already dead.
You'll hear some soft sobbing coming from inside the building, very quietly. You'll hear like small amounts of crying.
Marcus, no.
All right then. Keep your secrets then.
Let's you don't want to see what's going on if it's that plague. Couldn't they be ridden themselves? Wouldn't that give us a chance? If Morgus can go in there and see if that's afflicting them, and know if it's the same thing that we saw on the battlefield.
Well, as an envoy of the tribe, unless I'm at war with the poorer person, I am not in position to go raiding. However, if curiosity of other parties outside of the tribe wish to investigate, I am not obligated to stop them.
Plausible deniability.
So,
I kind of shrug.
Someone kick
look at
open
Morgus.
the door. Right?
I do think
I
the
am.
window is already totally shattered from the harpoon.
No, windows.
Oh, like,
There's no glass.
Oh,
There's no glass in the door.
There you go.
Opens.
Crawl your creepy ass over the window with your long limbs and be real spooky about it.
Yeah, I'll just
Can I
go in
help?
there with my plague doctor mask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
just
do not
stare
be-
right at them as you come through the window slowly.
Do not be
Silent
frightened. I have come to cure your ailments.
May I speak to you, please?
You'll
Hello.
you'll crawl in through the window, and you'll see a woman. She's gagged and she's bound and she's tied to the side of the bed. And she's
on as the GM. That's right.
and she's
Okay.
crying.
Okay.
Oh,
What
sorry.
is that supposed to mean?
I see you're busy here. I'll leave you to.
Is she the only person there?
Yeah, she's the only person in there.
All right, then I take my fucking what's it called? My knife, the thing. That's not a knife. It's a thing.
Chris.
A Chris of Yun, and I cut off her
Oh yeah, you have that.
restraints.
You count for restraints, and she'll like pull her blindfold off, and like she's,
Okay,
she's
if I take out
cowering.
the gag, promise you won't scream. Take my mask off and just like take off the gag.
Your face is just worse. It's got a skull on it. She looks distraught. She'll nod and then she'll just like sit there and cower.
Compatriots, I do not know how to handle this situation, but all is well. Please enter.
You want to undo the latch for us, then?
Oh,
it's
sure.
totally openable from the outside.
Then from
just
the
like-
outside we go in.
Well, you go in. I don't go in.
Oh, well, then I go in.
I'll stay at the door, like I'm staying where you can see me, basically.
You go. You see the woman that was tied to one of the bedposts. She's like tied to the bottom of it.
What in pig's hoof is happening here?
She'll look at you with like kind of like pleading eyes. Like she looks real scared. She's probably about 25, 26.
Is it dead?
No, this one is very much
No,
alive.
no,
Oh.
no, she's not. Harzar. And I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like nod in and step aside a little bit so you can see her more clearly. Are you sick? I'm gonna ask her.
Give me a communication check. She has trauma.
Trauma?
Old-fashioned
Poor
trauma.
lady.
Ooh. Let's use one of
Real
those spoons I
trauma?
got to
You guys
roll
are
that.
rolling so.
Or-
13's better.
13.
It's
Yeah.
we don't have combat.
13's better. She'll just shake her head. No.
What's the city we're going to?
The township of Bevan.
Are you from the township of Bevan?
She'll shake her head. No. No. She'll say no very weakly. We were traveling, trying to get to Bevan. When she'll look around when they fell upon us.
Who would they be?
I think they used to be soldiers, but they're just bandits now. We should get out of here before they come back.
Terribly sorry to intrude, but how long ago was that?
How long ago is what?
Their attack.
Oh, I've been here a few days.
Kind of stand back from the window, kind of look around, trying to see if there's any camps or any movements of large people or anything like that.
I mean, you could tell that other people were staying in this room, in this cabin.
You poor thing. What is your name?
Mary.
What a pretty name.
Did I see where Cedric went off to hide, by the way?
I mean, Cedric can see you.
Can I see Cedric?
Maybe.
That's the question.
I guess he's not hiding yet. Yeah, you can see him. He's like through the window on top of the shed.
I'll kind of just walk over and fill Cedric in on what... Because he probably can't hear very well what's going on. I'll fill him in what's happened.
I'll stay out here and keep an eye. If anyone comes back, I'll holler.
I'll nod.
I'll head down to the main road so I have a better line of sight for a big group coming.
I'll go back to the window to catch up.
Oh, where are you going, Cedric?
Away from the house, closer to the main trail, to see if there's a bigger group, to see when there's a group of people coming back.
Okay.
Being a lookout.
Yeah,
Make a
exactly.
stealth check.
Stealth. I'm gonna roll it for you.
Not
I rolled a
bad.
15 with 4 stunt points. I'm gonna go down by the road and huddle down in a ditch and kind of set myself up a dugout in the mud where only kind of my head is sticking up over the ditch with my crossbow.
Nice.
Just keeping a lookout.
Can you see Bruce Campbell? It's not that cabin.
I mean, it could be. Just have to
On
look
the
under
table,
floorboards.
there's a book.
It could
No.
have been. There's a record player.
I'll run that game. That sounds fun.
There's a tape recorder.
Only if it's in musical form.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Evil Dead musical is amazing.
Oh, really?
That a thing?
Yep, 100% thing.
Was Bruce Campbell in it?
No.
that I don't want.
No, you mean like at a theater, right?
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
Dude, y'all remember when that Spider-Man thing was a thing and everybody kept getting hurt?
Spider-Man musical? No.
You remember that?
Mhm.
That was so amazing.
Don't start typing those words, vampire. Only bad things could happen.
Oh wait, what did you type?
He's typing the words from the book.
Oh yeah, he
That
did that
last
last
one's
time, and then he said Nickelback, and I didn't get it. Now I get it.
But yeah. So what are the three of you in the house doing?
Well, if she was already heading to Bevan in the first place, it is entirely possible we could escort her the rest of the way there, yeah? I mean, yes?
Mary, feel free to ride my horse.
You don't have a horse.
Oh, I have no horse.
That ship
with us.
sailed.
You can come with us.
Feel free to ride this horse that they left behind that is now my horse.
Yes.
You can't find a horse where there is none, no matter how high you roll. But you probably did find something. Let me think.
A pig.
I'll take a donkey. Yeah.
It's really high.
Eddie Murphy.
What bandits? I can't do it. Eddie Murphy. Bandits are a lot like parfaits. I don't know. Is that- Not everybody likes parfaits. Alright, so I want to keep doing this impression, but I'm going to stop.
Probably the best.
So,
We're offering if the Mary wishes to go with us to Bevan.
she'll nod.
Just stay close.
She'll look at the table for like some of her things. She'll like put a she'll put on different clothes that she finds on there.
The only thing I'd probably be watching for on her is if she's armed in any way or if she has any sort of mark tattoos, like mystical tattoos like I have.
She does not.
Morgus doesn't usually care for other people, but because he found her in like a weakened state, I feel like he is trying his best to be supportive. It's hard for him.
Cedric, you will notice a group of people returning towards the cabin.
I rolled a searching check, and I rolled many stunt points on that searching check. I rolled a 20 with 6 stunt points. Can I use 4 of those for the ready for action basic exploration stunt?
That's fine.
Which gives me an extra minor action at the start.
Perfectly okay. We'll say your searching check was to find this hiding place, so you're like really well hidden.
Nice.
It'll add to your stealth check.
When I see these guys, I'm going to whistle real loud so that my guys hear me.
When you do that, all of them like stop and start looking around. They start drawing weapons.
Hell yeah.
There
have company.
are 5 of them. There are 2 of them that are wearing like scattered mail armor, bits and pieces of mail mixed in with leather. One of them is carrying a halberd. The other one is carrying a sword and shield. Then there is an archer. And another guy that just has like dual swords on his hips. And then the final guy, he's wearing leather with a high like stiff collar. And he has a great sword strapped to his back. You can see the remnants of like what do you call it, heraldry on their armor. Looks like it's been scrubbed off. And you can see bits and pieces of green from where they used to have the colors of Mardane on their armor, but they are clearly deserters. The one with the shield and halberd, they approach the cabin. after the one with the great sword tells them to check it out.
I'll look. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Are we stealthing? Are we hiding from them, or are we gonna?
So
Get
what?
the jump?
On that line, Harjar will look to the two of you, and the lady, and say, "Keep her safe inside the cabin from now. I'm gonna try to talk them down. But if things go steel, then we win the day." I shrug. But she's weak. We're strong.
Axe out.
I will keep her as safe as my most precious bones.
That's pretty safe, actually. And I'll actually even go one step further, and I'll actually I'll sort of hand the harpoon off to Temo. Not as a weapon, but I do that when I'm trying to make myself look as unarmed as possible. And I'll actually step out in the open so the deserters can see me.
The two approaching will stop when they see you. The one with the halberd will kind of like look back.
Hail the party!
The one with the greatsword in the leather armor will approach. He'll get up to the two guys, and he'll walk past them a little bit. Who the hell are you?
I am Harsar Steelflame, envoy of the Nagami tribe, here to investigate the various plagues and learn that is occurring in the war and its status. And I would much appreciate any information you could give.
Give me that communication check.
Sure.
Let's see how this goes.
And this is where I'm going to fire oratory talent. So if communication persuasion, because I'm trying to convince the group that I'm friendly, I can get a reroll out of it.
Okay.
That's why I couldn't do it with the woman, because she's one person. Oratory doesn't help with one person. Does it ask if I fail or not? It does ask if I fail. Have I failed with 16?
They're not immediately hostile, so you do succeed.
Okay, so I don't get a reroll, it just fires.
Excellent. And what was your question again?
What do they know about the plague? What do they know about the war?
You got to keep clear of the sick ones. That's all I know. And the war, I mean, who doesn't know about the war? And like
The Nagami.
they'll all kind of laugh at that. The Nagami, never heard of you.
You've never heard of the Legend of Greystone?
He'll be kind of trying to look past you. Legend of Greystone happened far, far away from here. As he's like trying to look around you. Who are you with? How many are you? And what have you taken?
Well, that's just very much it, you see. I want to parlay to ensure that you're not going to try to murder me and my friends, and we can trade information, coin, and supplies, and part ways.
Cedric, you'll notice the archer slink off towards the lumber mill and start climbing up the back of it.
I'm gonna mark him for death.
It looks like he's doing similarly to Harzar.
So now he's my sole focus now.
Yeah.
I'm just watching. That's my story. My story's that guy.
He was very sneaky, but he wasn't trying to hide from behind him. So yeah. And then the sword guy is just kind of hanging out around the back. You're not sure what he's gonna do.
Morgus. Stay close to her. See if you guys can sneak out that back window. I'm assuming if this was like the broad side of the building and the bandit people are here, maybe they could sneak out the opposite side.
Yeah, the bandits are coming from like the front left of the building. When you're staring at the front door, they're coming to like the front left corner.
You
So-
ever wonder if we're
Okay.
all seeing the same image in our minds right now?
Yeah, we're always seeing something different.
I always think about how we're not actually, because there's no way that my animation style is the same as your animation style.
But
and,
like,
and like
what
the
if it
angles
is?
aren't the same.
That'd be cool. It
The
could
colors
What if?
aren't the
Be. It
same.
could be.
What if?
It
Like,
could
it's
be,
not.
It could
Like
be.
I used to ask every now and then, like, are the roads mud? Are the buildings cobblestone? Are they wood? Like, what kind of town is this? Where are we? Because sometimes we're all seeing something totally different, and you need a question like that to get on the same page.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then there
That's
is
the
kind of an
point.
angle then if they're coming from like, so here's like the
Yeah,
front
there's an
and then
angle.
like here. Cool. So I suggested to Morgus, and then I'm actually going to step out of the building when I hear the part about Harzar initiating the negotiation aspect. And when the bandit's like, how many are you? I'll go ahead and step out, make myself known.
At your appearance, the guy with the halberd will take a step back.
Easy, friend. Temo Pab, sells sword for hire. My bodyguard.
I'll approach to be closer to Harzar.
Didn't think it'd be friendly for me to have a bodyguard right here when I'm saying hi to you. That seems a little unfriendly, so I figure I'd let you know I'm here before... I don't want to make it look like I'm trying to jump you, after all. There's a war on. One that the Nagami are not a part of, by the way. Not yet, anyway.
Did you free the girl already?
Well, I won't tell you a lie. We did meet the girl, and she is freed at the moment. We were hoping to see her the rest of the way to Bevan. Sorry to... And for any stealing a prize, I would be willing to compensate you for it. I do realize that raiding is a thing that even non-people of the valley will do.
If this archer notches an arrow, I'm gonna shoot first, because you only notch an arrow for one reason.
He has an arrow out, but he hasn't drawn.
Yeah, as soon as it goes, as soon as he starts to bring that arrow up, I'm shooting first. I've got
He
my
has
crossbow
it.
trained
He
on
has it resting on the string, but he's not doing this.
Yep, I'm waiting for that motion.
As soon as he
Hopefully, I'm
does that-
faster than him. As soon as I see it, I'm shooting first.
Yeah.
The strong respect the strong, after all, and as a tribesman of the Nagami, when I see someone who's weak, like a bound-up woman in a cabin, I feel a little obligated to do something about it.
She's gonna cost you. She's
Fair enough.
a pretty one, and apparently she knows how to cook, so she would go for a high price.
So, cooking, you find her pleasing to the eye, I suppose. I'll take your word for it. I gesture, Drock, so I don't know. How about we say, I'll look her up. I make a gesture of looking her up and down, but honestly, not like I would know. And it's like, I don't know, 5 silver then?
You're starting to bargain. You see him make a face at the lowball offer.
Yeah, I could have given him copper.
The color of your money is no good here, friend. He'll
What
say
silver is silver?
He'll say in reference to the silver.
Oh, so you want copper then?
The two in the front will kind of look at each other, and they'll sort of grip their weapons a little tighter.
Oh, come on. It's a joke. I know everyone's dying, but it doesn't mean a little bit of levity isn't required. Well, not
Things
required.
are pretty tense. This could go either way. You're not doing a bad job of talking to them, but this might result in blood. But you'll have to tune in next time to find out. We are at the end of this game. Thanks everyone for watching. This has been Fantasy Age 2nd edition from Green Road Publishing, and I have... Oh, what's up, Buzz Light here? Thanks for the raid. Right at the end. Welcome, Raiders.
I was on the edge of my seat, ready to click the roll attack. I thought that any second especially when he offered them copper. When they put their hands to weapons, I thought the archer was going to draw, and I thought that was it. I was not ready for you to end it at all. I was in it, man. I was all about it. Shit.
Shouldn't have taken that break.
I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time to end. So what I think I'm gonna do, because at the end of the session I had a planned level up. I heard someone talking about actually leveling people up right before combat, and how it's kind of cool and thematic. So in this instance, I'm okay with it. I'm still gonna give you guys the level up. You've done a lot so far, so it's probably good. Level 1's done. You guys can do level 2. We'll do that off screen probably mostly, or maybe at the beginning of the next session if you're not finished. But yeah,
Sweet.
Thanks everyone for watching. I have been Jehananan.
It's me, Casualty CDG. I'm the co-host of this fine stream and also Fresh Out the Podcast. You can catch us on Fresh Out the Box 2 nights a week now. That's Thursdays and Fridays. And you can catch Fresh Out the Podcast recording every Tuesday or posted every Wednesday where podcasts are available. That's when we talk about movies, streaming shows, video games, and all sorts of great stuff. Right now, Jahan's talking about the new Zelda game, and I'm talking about Unicorn Warriors Eternal. It's a cartoon show on HBO Max you guys should check out. Also, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. You'll love it because I recommended it. So check out our stuff. We love you so much. Thank you for your support, and we will see your words next time.
I've been AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. You can find me at ElectricMatCHSR on Twitter, which has my link tree with various other places, other things that I do. But you can also follow me here on Twitch under Corbinian, where I do various streams of the various video games I have. And on Saturdays, I do streams of my Traveler RPG, Adventures in the far, far future, where eventually a ship will be launched and bad things will happen.
We love that. Hey folks, it's been me, Aaron Baumier, known out there as Aaron Dippity Doo. I'm a game designer. I've been making New Varden. We've been working on it for like almost 2 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about. And anyway, it is set up for crowdfund. You can go to adventuresling.com, go over to the New Varden. Actually, you click for updates on that homepage, it'll send you to our crowdfund page where you can follow. We'll be launching next month for backing and stuff. And honestly, I'm super excited. So check it out if you feel like it. If you don't, that's cool. I'm not going to feel sad. You can also check out the podcast, the Adventure Sling podcast, where we talk to people in the community about all kinds of cool things about tabletop games, associated tabletop games, and other cool just things in general. We had a lot of great guests, so check it out. Anyway, that's me. Thank you, everybody.
What's up, y'all? I've been Keon. I'm out here making music. I'm moving to Los Angeles soon. If you know anybody out there, I'm a little scared. Give me friends.
Oh, snap, you're last. Oh, you can go be friends with Mr. Kapow. We know somebody out there.
He lives in LA?
Yeah, he lives in LA.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you could actually meet Mr. Kapow. But yeah, hey, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and stay fresh.
Yeah, bye.